Hello there, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, I'm Giselle and I love posting fashion, beauty, and lifestyle videos here on YouTube. And today's video is bringing you guys some really good news, and that is because Bergdorf Goodman is having their rewards sale where depending on how much you spend, you get a certain dollar amount off. And Dior Beauty is participating in this sale, you guys, and I am so excited to bring you all my favorites, all my recommendations, just so that you guys can kind of strategize on what you're purchasing, or if you're looking to maybe try something new, hopefully I can help you in the right direction for that. But this video is going to be a little lengthy, so grab yourself a tea, grab yourself a glass of wine, and let's dive right in. Alrighty, so before we get started with the recommendations, let's just go over the sale really quick. It is starting February 26th, which hopefully is this Sunday that this video is going live. So it's starting February 26th and it's running all the way through March 8th. And it is at Bergdorf Goodman. Now, if you're wondering how you're supposed to make these purchases if you don't live anywhere near New York City, don't worry, I am going to link Juan's information down below. He is a Dior SA. He works here at this location. If you guys didn't see my previous Dior unboxing where I kind of break down like how I met him and how we connected and how amazing he was, I highly recommend you check that out. I'm gonna leave that linked down in the description below. It also covers a little more of how the process would go, but mainly you just send him your wish list, and if he has it available, he will put it aside for you. And what they're doing is they're setting up appointments basically where you would talk on the phone, go over your purchase, and then he will ship it out to you. So don't worry if you're not in New York City, he has got you covered. Just make sure that you have a wish list that you can send him so that he knows what you want, because it is first come, first serve. And if you're looking to get your hands on certain things that sell out quickly, you gotta get on it, girl. I'm gonna go ahead and post a picture of how the discount is working, but briefly, if you spend $250, you get $50 off. If you spend $400, you get $100 off. If you spend $1,000, you get $275 off. If you spend $2,500, you get $700 off. And if you spend $3,500, you get $1,000 off. So there's something in there for every price point, depending on how much you're looking to spend. So I highly recommend strategizing if you're going to make a purchase, because if you can save money, why not? All right, so let's go ahead and dive right in. Alrighty, so we're gonna start off with makeup, and of course foundation is at the top of the list. And for that I have two recommendations. If you are not new to my channel, you know that I love the Dior Face and Body Foundation. It is just such a beautiful buy. It's a great foundation to always have in your arsenal. It's a water-based formula. It's buildable up to about medium coverage. And my favorite way to apply this is with your fingertips, just because when you warm up the formula, it just really just blends in well with your skin and it looks flawless. And it's like you can't tell where your skin ends and where the foundation begins. And I just love when foundation is like that. It's very natural. This is the foundation that I use when I go into the office. I use this one because it's just clean, pure, just straight up foundation, no extra things in here, and it just has such a beautiful flawless finish that you cannot go wrong with this. And it's incredibly long lasting, great day to night foundation, you know, and it photographs beautifully as well. So I always recommend this one. The next one that I want to recommend to you guys is the Dior Forever Skin Glow. Now, if you haven't tried this foundation, now is a great time to do so. This one is also a favorite of mine just because it gives you this really nice glowy, like lit from within look, this kind of like woke up like this vibe. It's very versatile as well. You can mix and match colors just to get like your very unique tone, but Dior just does such a great job with foundations, especially with the olive, medium, and deep skin tones. It's just, I feel like they always nail it with this one. What I also really like about this foundation is that this one does have skincare in it. Unlike the Dior Face and Body, where this one is just straight up foundation, this one has skincare in it, and it also has SPF 15. So if you're looking for a foundation that's gonna give you a little more, go for this one. Just keep in mind, at least for me, I have noticed that this foundation does make my skin just a little more oily. I do have to be a little more mindful of using powders when I use this foundation. I think it's just because of everything that it has going on in it, but I love it. I go back and forth between this one and Face and Body a lot. I always restock on these, so if you have any questions on them, let me know down in the comments, but you cannot go wrong with either or. Alrighty, now the next item that I want to mention, if you notice, I'm trying to go really fast so that this video isn't insanely long because I could just talk forever. But the next item that I want to mention to you guys is, of course, well, actually, let me do this one first. This is the, what's it called? This is the Backstage Face and Body Powder No Powder. Now, if you guys are not familiar with this product went viral last year. It disappeared. It was sold out everywhere, and for good reason. This powder, if you guys aren't into liquids, I would highly suggest giving this a shot. You can wear this on its own. You can use it as setting powder. Depending on what shades you get, you can use this to contour. You can use it as bronzer. Just the possibilities of this powder is just endless. It's very natural looking, and it just packs a punch with how little you need. It really gives your skin this really nice airbrushed, somewhat of a glow. Also, it's very subtle though, but it does give you this bit of radiance to the skin, and I really like this powder, and I'm surprised that people aren't talking about it anymore because it's a powder that really does a lot. Personally, I use it to set foundation sometimes if I know that I'm going to be running around and I may get a little oily. I just sweep it all over the skin, or sometimes I'll use this as like a bronzer kind of blush. Like instead of using a color like I am today, I'll use it as a blush, and it looks gorgeous. So if you haven't tried anything, I highly recommend picking this up. If you are kind of dancing between like which of these three items to pick up, I would honestly say try this first, because you'd be surprised. Like powder, for me, I'd rather liquid, but when it comes to this powder, I think it's phenomenal. Okay, jumping into concealers, I only have one recommendation because this is my tried and true. It is the Forever Skin Correct. I have 2 shades. That's how much I love it. This concealer for me is just everything. It's hydrating, it color corrects, it takes care of all your dark circles. One layer of this is all you need. You don't need to use a color corrector underneath with this one either. It doesn't crease, it doesn't set into fine lines either. And honestly, I don't use a setting powder when I use this. I just put it on. Sometimes if I apply a little too much, I'll just buff it out with my finger. But other than that, like, these don't need to be touched up. And I also love that they work really great with redness. So sometimes I tend to get a little redness like right here, and I'll put like a dot or two, and that takes care of the redness, and I don't have to worry about it clashing with any blushes that I wear. It's just, this concealer is phenomenal. If you don't have this yet in your collection, you need to, and you'll know what I'm talking about. Oh, okay. Moving on into blush. I have 2 recommendations for you guys. The first recommendation is this one. This was another, like, just all over the internet last year. This is the Dior Backstage Rosy Glow, but this is the shade Coral. Yeah, 004 Coral. You guys, if you have medium, deep tan skin tones, I highly recommend checking this color out. It is a gorgeous, just, this color is nothing like what the palette actually is. The color inside is like this apricot kind of pink grapefruit color. Let me see if I can kind of, there we go. Like, that's pretty much the color that you're getting right there. This color, you guys, is so pretty. I'm wearing it today so you can get an idea of what it actually looks like on the skin. It has this really pretty burnt kind of orange kind of payoff, at least on my skin, and it just makes your skin look really youthful, very lively. It gives this really natural punch of color, but it also works so beautiful with light. Like if you pay attention to your skin while you're wearing this and you're like standing in the sun, you'll see how your cheeks kind of get this really nice glistening effect to them. I just really like this. And I think my favorite part about it is just how natural it looks and how youthful it looks. And it also has this somewhat of like a blurring effect. So sometimes I tend to have a little texture on my cheeks every now and then. And when I wear this, I don't really notice it. So I know that when things go viral, sometimes people tend to like be a little reserved about it. Do not, if this is available, pick it up, because when they sell out, they take forever to restock. So this is one that I highly recommend trying out. And if you are willing to splurge a little bit, I highly recommend this limited edition rouge blush. This is the shade no? Yeah, I grabbed the wrong container. So this is a limited edition Galactic Red Rouge Blush. It comes in this gorgeous velvet case too, with the CD on it. And I like this. This looks like it would be really cute to put little credit cards in and just slide this in your purse as well. But let me show you guys the actual color. So I picked this up not too long ago and I've been obsessed with it ever since. When you look at the picture online, it looks like this really bright kind of red color, but the picture does not do this blush justice at all. This blush is this like really, it looks like kind of like a, you know, like you pinched your cheeks red or like you bit your lips red. It's this gorgeous sunburnt, sun-kissed red. It just looks so stunning. It looks like you spent your entire summer vacation on the beach is what this does to your skin. It blends beautifully. A little bit goes a long way because it's so pigmented, and it has these little gold specks in it, which when you read the description you kind of think it's like a glitter, but it's really not. It's this really finely milled like gold little specks in there. You don't really notice them, but you do see the difference like when you're in the light or when you're in the sun. It gives your skin this kind of like glowy, somewhat of like, I have a little bit of like highlighter on, but not really. It's just really luminizing is the best way that I can say. It's like a luminizing, sun-kissed, sunburnt, like, you know, you laid on the beach in Brazil. I really like this. Because it's limited edition, I'm considering purchasing another just to have it as a backup, because every time I use this, I love it. The best way that I can compare this would probably be to the Hourglass blushes. If you have an Hourglass blush, or if you've used one, then you'll know what I'm talking about. It's one of those like blushes where you think it's not gonna do like everything it claims to do, and when you put it on your skin, you're like you're like, oh my god, that's gorgeous. So yeah, this is an absolute favorite of mine. It was a blind buy as well, and I'm so happy that I picked it up because it's like nothing else that I have in my collection. So definitely check this out if you're looking for something unique, especially now that summer's coming around the corner. Hopefully taking its sweet time, but it's coming. This is a great color to have. Alrighty, now moving into lips, of course I have to recommend both lip glows. So one is an oil and another one is more of like a balm. So the Glow lip oil, it's beautiful. I highly recommend this if you are more of like a lip gloss kind of gal. I think you will really enjoy this. When you put this on, it just feels like you have this beautiful layer of just protective goodness on your skin. These are infused with cherry oil. Doesn't matter what shade you pick, they're all infused with cherry oil. And you just feel such a difference on your skin when you wear these, and a little goes a long way. They last a very long time, and they don't have that like awkward tackiness that some lip glosses do. This is like just a perfection in a bottle when it comes to lip gloss. I have two of these. I have a color that's discontinued, unfortunately. I really hope that they bring it back. I have Bronze Glow, but I also picked up the shade of Rosewood. Rosewood is really great. It goes with pretty much any kind of lip combination that you can think of for the most part. So if you're looking to pick up one and you don't know what color, I would say possibly start with a Rosewood, just because it's very versatile. You can wear it on its own or you can put it on top of lipstick and you're set. You don't have to worry about kind of color matching a lot. But that's only if you are interested in a lip oil. If you rather a lip balm, I highly suggest the Lip Glow Reviver Balm. This one, I have it in the shade Mahogany, just so you guys can see. It's funny because when you look at the shades online, they tend to look a lot darker than what they are in person. So this one in person looks more of like a plum, whereas online it looks a little more brown. But don't be afraid of picking up Mahogany. It actually looks very, very berry when you put it on, and it just accentuates your lips in like the best way. So this one is more of like a base for the lips. So you can wear this one underneath lipstick or you can wear these on its own. I love them because the tint stays on your lips. So even if you're like eating and drinking and all that and the actual shade rubs off, you will always have the tint with these. So I would say, you know, if you had to choose between one or the other, try this first because in my opinion it has a little more bang for the buck in the fact that you're getting an actual lip balm with color as opposed to just like a gloss that's a topper. But of course, up to you. But I love them both. And okay, moving into lip colors. First one I want to bring up is actually a lip pencil. Now this one, I picked it up. I'm wearing it right now actually, and it is the shade 665 Revier 665. These are called the lip contours. I love the shade. I actually use it like a lipstick and then I'll just put like a lip balm on top. They don't have the shade as a lipstick, unfortunately. I think they did at one point and they discontinued it. So I'm really hoping that they bring it back. I'm actually going to pick up another lip pencil just to make sure that I have one as a backup. But this shade is just so beautiful. It's a nude, but it's like a really nice understated pinkish nude that looks very natural. It looks like you just bit your lips, but better kind of look. Now, the only thing that I will say with this is that if you wear it on its own, it is a little drying because it's supposed to be 24 hours foolproof, does not budge kind of thing. So of course it's going to be a little drying on the lips. And if you just wear it by itself, it does settle into the lines on your lips. So you do need to either wear a balm underneath or like a gloss on top, but it does look phenomenal. I really hope that they bring back or make a lipstick of this shade, but if they don't, I will continue purchasing these because it's stunning. I mean, stunning. Now, if you are interested in trying the Lip Addict colors that are like transfer proof and don't move, I would highly recommend trying the Rouge Dior Forever 720 in Icon. This color is so stunning, you guys. It's like the beautiful, perfect kind of reddish pink. And this color is so pretty. This formula is also a little drying, I'm not gonna lie. But when it goes on, it just looks like you painted your lips with color. Like it looks like you took a paintbrush and you just painted your lips. The color payoff is stunning. It really does wear for a long time. Mine don't wear off unless I'm really like going all out, like constantly licking my lips, putting on like maybe like a lip balm or like eating and drinking a lot. That's when I'll notice the color budge. But other than that, it truly stays put. It looks like, again, like you just painted or watercolored on your lips, which I just love. So if you're looking for a shade to try, I think 720 would be pretty universal for everyone, especially the medium and deep skin tones. Again, colors like this wear great on light. So if you're light and fair toned, please don't feel like I'm excluding you. It's just, it's harder for a medium, deep skin tones to find like perfect shades, so that's why I mentioned them more, but this color would just look phenomenal on everyone. So I highly recommend picking this up. Another shade that I want to mention that I just think is gorgeous, and I may be picking up an additional because it's also limited edition, is the Miss Dior 1947 in a velvet finish. Now this is part of the Millefiori collection, and I'm sure if you've seen my videos, you've heard me speak about this bullet over and over again, because just look at the design of this bullet, you guys. It's so stunning, and the color is this gorgeous neutral brownish pink that just works for any occasion. Truthfully, this is the lipstick that I wear the most when I'm working. I either wear this one and I always get compliments on it, or I wear the lip balm in mahogany as well. These are like the two lips colors that I wear the most when I'm working, just because they're very neutral, very low-key. I work in a corporate environment, so I can't go too crazy with my makeup, and these are just like perfect. Alrighty, now moving on to mascara. I guess let's move on to mascara. So it wouldn't be a Dior recommendations video without mentioning the Dior Show mascara. This is a tried and true all-time favorite of pretty much anyone who's tried it. This mascara gives you that dramatic, wispy, volumized, dreamlike, fake lash kind of look. If you're looking for that, I highly recommend this one. However, if you're like me and your lashes are straight, point down to the ground, and just nothing holds them up, I highly recommend the iconic Over Curl. No other mascara holds my lashes in a curl like this one. The only difference is this mascara is very natural looking. It just gives you length and it gives you curl. It doesn't give you too much volume though. It's a very perfect everyday mascara. This is the one I also wear for work. But when I want to turn it up, I pair it with the Dior Show Maximizer Primer. These two together, stunning. These two together give you this, but better. At least if you have straight lashes like me, it gives you that like very dramatic lash with the curl and the length, and just, it's gorgeous. My only problem with this is that it's white, and I have sensitive eyes, so if I'm in there like constantly like picking them and stuff, trying to get the white out, my eyes get red and sometimes they tear. So when I use this, I do have to be a little like mindful of it. But other than that, it's just such a beautiful product, and they make such a great combination that if you're looking for something different to try, these are your babies. Okay, now moving on to eyeshadow. I think we're making good time here, actually. Moving on to eyeshadow, I have two suggestions for you guys. The first one is going to be the Dior Backstage eyeshadow palette in warm neutrals. Let me show it to you guys. This is a great eyeshadow palette for like everyday use. I use this one a lot when I'm going to work because it's just really easy. You don't have to worry about messing up when you use this palette. It's just one of those like one and done, you know. You can take it day to night, but it's just really like a very natural palette. I think we all need something like this in our arsenal when it comes to eyeshadow, because, you know, sometimes you just need a very light, clean, polished look, and this helps you achieve that. But if you're looking for an eyeshadow, you know, that you can go out with, that you can get a lot more color pigment on, that's just like fantabulous, I highly recommend the limited edition Dior Riviera collection in the shade 479 by Adiri. Now, I believe this is part of the Millefiori collection as well, but just look at this palette, you guys. This palette is just gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. It has a perfect peach color in here. It has a gorgeous gold. It has a plum for when you want to smoke out. It has this gorgeous champagne color to highlight, and it has this really nice brown with gold specks in there to complement the copper. You guys, this eyeshadow palette is so pigmented. It smooths out beautifully. It blends like a dream, and you can truly achieve any kind of look that you want with this. This is like my going out, you know, brunch, maybe like filming a video for you guys. I tend to wear this a lot. But I love both. If you haven't tried Dior eyeshadow palettes, I highly recommend picking up either or. If you're looking to splurge, definitely pick up this one. It's just more versatile. It's a day to night kind of eyeshadow palette. This one, I would say pick this up if you're looking to have something very natural that you can kind of turn up a little bit. This is the one for you, but both are just beautiful. I'm really happy that I have both. Now, actually, if you have colored eyes, meaning like green or blue, hazel even, there is a palette. There's a shade of this called Khaki that's just gorgeous tones of green and gold. I highly recommend checking out that palette instead. It is stunning and it's just the perfect neutral enough to wear every day, but still give you a little extra something, you know? So I will link that down below as well just to show you guys, but these palettes are gorgeous. Okay, I think we're making great timing. So we're gonna move now into like home fragrance, you know, bath and body kind of deal. So the one product that I want to mention is actually some nail care, and this one is the limited edition in red, but this is the fortifying cream for nails. It's part of the apricot collection. You guys, this nail cream is so good. I'm really happy that I picked it up. Let me show you guys what it looks inside. It has a bit of a fragrance to it, but you don't have to worry about it too much. It's this gorgeous little apricot balm. Now, do keep in mind, this product is very like tacky feeling. It's very sticky. So what you're supposed to do is like warm it up on your fingertips and then rub it on your actual nail. So that's why I really liked this product, because it's not just for your cuticle, it's for your whole nail. And it makes your nails feel really healthy. It gives them like a really nice shine. And my nails are still going through recovery from getting a lot of manicures, and they just take my nails from like looking like very brittle to looking very healthy. So I like to wear this at night because, again, it's very tacky. It does dry down, don't get me wrong. It does dry down and you don't feel it anymore on your nails. It's not like you're going to be like sticking to things all night. But because it takes a little bit for the nails to absorb the product, I do like to just wear it at night and go to sleep with it on. But very nice product. If you haven't tried anything like this, I highly recommend you give it a go. And in terms of fragrance, of course, I cannot make this video without recommending Miss Dior to you guys. The original though, I think the original fragrance is probably the best in my opinion, and it's perfect for spring. That's just around the corner. It's floral, but it's powerful. Like, you put it on and it's gonna stay with you all day. It creates this really nice aura around you. It has great projection. So if you're that kind of person that likes fragrance with nice projection, I highly recommend checking that one out. And I also recommend, in huge contrast by the way, I also recommend checking out the J'adore the L. It's the white one. I'm going to insert a picture right here. I fell in love with this fragrance. When they say that it's literally just flower petals and water, like, that's literally what it smells like. It's this really nice, milky, floral, light fragrance. My only issue with this fragrance is that it has absolute no projection and it quickly just goes away. And the only way that you're gonna smell it is if someone is like right here in your really close vicinities. Other than that, you won't smell the fragrance anymore. I personally don't like that. That's why I haven't purchased it, because I just think that for the price point, it should have a bit of projection to it. But if you are that kind of person that likes wearing fragrance that only is picked up if someone is really close to you, I highly recommend checking that out. I think that fragrance would be great like straight out of the shower. You can spray it in your hair as well because it doesn't have any alcohol in it. So I think it's one of those like unwind kind of fragrances in my opinion. And I know I'm gonna end up purchasing it because I really like it. I'm not picking it up now. But if that's something that you're into, check that out. Also, another item that I want to mention is the Miss Dior hair mist. Now, keep in mind that the Miss Dior hair mist doesn't play off the original fragrance. It plays off Miss Dior Blooming Bouquet. So if you like Miss Dior Blooming Bouquet, you may really like the hair mist. But if you are like me and you only like the Miss Dior original, you're not gonna like it. It's just not the same. I just don't like, You have to read the description to see that it plays off Miss Dior Bloom and Bouquet, because if you just see the picture, it just says Miss Dior hair mist on it. So you don't really know, and I saw a few people commenting that they purchased it thinking it would be the same, and it wasn't. So I wanted to put that caveat out there. But if you like Miss Dior Bloom and Bouquet, I think the hair mist would be a great additional pair in terms of like layering your fragrance. So putting that out there just in case. Now the next items that I'm going to mention are from the Privé collection, which I am just falling in love with over and over again. The first fragrance that I want to mention is Taupe Color. I think that is a fragrance that I'm just obsessed with. I cannot wait to get my hands on it. Taupe Color is this beautiful blend of just amber and leather and just smoky, like just enough, and like a woody smokiness to it. And it's like the more you smell it, the more you pick up on the change in the notes. It's just such a stunning fragrance. I've never smelled anything with amber that I cannot get enough of like I have with this fragrance. You pick up on the fragrance, you pick up on the amber, you pick up on the different leathers in there, you pick up on the slight smokiness from the tobacco in there, you pick up this like little muskiness to it, and like the more you smell it, the more you want it. So I cannot wait to get my hands on that. That's definitely on my wish list. But another item that I want to mention also is Grease Dior. It's a purple one. I'm gonna insert a picture right here. I picked up the body soap, right? It just says perfume soap, but I picked up the bar soap. You guys, this fragrance smells like just such a sexy man. Like, I don't know, I don't know if it's just the bar soap that smells as good or just like the fragrance. I really want to get a sample of it so that I can put it on and see how it wears. It definitely pulls more on the masculine, whereas I think Taupe Color pulls a little more on the feminine because of the amber. But again, I think it depends on how it just sits on your skin. But I really, really want to pick up Grease Dior. If you're not familiar with Grease Dior, I highly suggest getting like a sample, or like me, just get the soap bars so that you get an idea of what the fragrance smells like. But just like, I think that's my next one. And another one that I want to mention is Oud Isfan. Oud Isfan is just so nice. It's a rose fragrance, but it also has wood notes in it, and it has this bit like smokiness to it as well. And it's like the more you smell it, kind of like Taupe Color, like the more you smell it, the more you just can't put your finger on it. And I love fragrances that evolve like that. Like the more that they sit on the skin, the more different notes pick up, or just like the changes. I love fragrances like that. And I have a sample of Oud Isfan, and I've been wearing it, and it always smells a little different. So that's definitely on my list to pick up. The last items that I'm going to mention in this video before it becomes like a hour-long video are, if you can afford to pick up the Dior candles, I highly suggest doing so. I have been blown away by these candles. I specifically love the Amber Nuit, and I specifically love the 30 Montaigne candles. The 30 Montaigne candle just smells like very mysterious, like this kind of like sexy man. It's a little floral, but it's also like a little smoky and a little woody, and it just smells like cologne that's been lived in. You know what I mean? Like it just has this really like, you know, and I love fragrances like that. So that's a candle that I think I would really enjoy burning in my home. And I also really like the Amber Nuit because it's a very soft amber. It's not that like incredibly overly dramatic amber. It's very sensual, but it's slightly feminine, but it also has this really nice smoothingness to it that just kind of like calms it down, and it helps it to become kind of like an aura as opposed to like a right in your face kind of fragrance. And I love that. I love that so much. So those are two candles that I'm going to be looking into picking up at one point or another, but I did want to mention those to you in case you're curious on candles. If you can pick them up, definitely do so. What I find really interesting about Dior fragrances is that Unlike other companies that source their materials from third-party vendors, Dior sources all their materials themselves. So that's why fragrances for them smell very unique, because they own all the components that go into the fragrance. And the candles, I didn't know this, I learned this recently, the candles are actually hand poured. So I can see like all the care and the thought that goes into the candles. And I just, like, that makes you want to buy it. When you know how much thought and consideration goes into the products, it really makes you just want to get your hands on them and enjoy them as they're meant to be enjoyed. So I think that wraps up, right? Yeah, that's everything. Okay, that wraps up all my suggestions for you guys. I hope you find this video helpful. If you have any ideas for me, let me know down in the comments. I'd be more than happy to help you figure that out. Keep an eye as well on the description box. I'm going to have Juan's information down there so you guys can send him an IM on a DM, I should say. Duh. So you guys can send him a DM on Instagram so you can kind of work with him on your purchase. Remember that the sale starts tomorrow, hopefully when this video is up, on the 26th, and it runs through March 8th. So happy shopping to all of you. And if you sticked around this long, thank you so much for watching. Take care and stay safe. I'm working on a New York City vlog for you guys. That was the video that I was hoping to post today, but I really wanted to get this sale video out there first. So I'm working on a New York City vlog for you guys. It's going to be part of my, well, actually, let me not. I will leave that for next. But thank you so much for watching. Take care and stay safe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.